Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about whether or not Chris Watts is still in communications with Nichol Kessinger. So the mistress of Chris Watts is said to be back in touch with him after changing her identity and disappearing. This is what Chris has been claiming from his prison cell. Watts says that his mistress Nichol wrote to him inside of the Dodge Correctional Institution in Wisconsin under her new name, and a fellow inmate named David Carter revealed that in an exclusive interview that Chris had told him that she needed to speak with him and she wanted to clear some things up with him apparently, but that Chris would not tell him exactly what was said. As we all know, Kessinger took on a new identity and moved from her home in Colorado after Watts was arrested for killing his pregnant wife Shanann and their two daughters Bella and Celeste back in August of 2018. Watts has also told a fellow pen pal named Cheryl Lynn in 2019 that he was still in love with Kessinger and that he believes some of the letters he's received in prison were actually from her, writing under assumed names. Sherilyn went on to write a book about their correspondence called Letters from Christopher. Now Carter has backed those same claims that Kessinger does write to Chris, whose crime shocked the nation, or at least that's what Watts believes she does. So Chris really believes that Nichol is writing to him under these fake names to not be detected by the media or the police. And Watts claimed that prison authorities discovered what was happening and punished him by suspending his email account and carefully monitoring all of his mail. He wasn't supposed to have any contact with Nichol, but she initiated it by writing to him apparently. Wisconsin Department of Corrections said that he couldn't comment on the claims, but both Kessinger and Watts both worked for the same oil company in Anadarko and met at work. Watts told her he was separated from his wife. When he eventually confessed to the murders, he told investigators it was all because he wanted to be with Nichol. There was never any suspicion that Kessinger knew that he intended to kill his family, but she was, receiving all types of hate mail despite believing their affair was a harmless fling. She is still living in hiding more than 2.5 years later after the murders. So this next bit of information is a little bit disturbing, and actually, it comes from an inmate, and this inmate claims that Watts actually told him that he killed his wife Shanann because he didn't want to pay child support and he didn't want the son that she was expecting, and supposedly he feared his wife would take their house in Colorado, if they were to go through with the divorce. So for 2 whole days after the murder and the disappearance of the girls, Chris Watts actually was claiming he had nothing to do with his family's disappearance, and he went on television begging for their return. And after his arrest, he initially claims that Shanann had killed the girls after he had told her that he wanted a separation and that he had to kill her for that reason, and it was all out of anger, which we all know is probably complete bullshit. And Chris is extremely narcissistic and still doesn't want to accept, any responsibility for his actions. And even in death, he's trying to pin it on somebody else. So I thought that was a pretty coward move of him to try and do something like that. All right, you guys, that's it. Let me know in the comment section down below whether or not you guys think that Nichol is actually still writing to Chris in prison, or whether or not he's dreaming all that up in his head. Either way, it's interesting to think whether or not she could be using fake names to still stay in contact with Chris. But if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time.